Nigeria is a classless society. If you take the people you call leaders, go to the Senate, go to the House of Reps, you can go and pick 109 Nigerians at random without election. Put them in the Senate chambers, and the results may not be different from what you're getting now. Okay? Because the truth is, you have highly educated people in government, but they behave like illiterates. They forget their education behind. When you talk about praise singing, why would a man who is an educated man, an accomplished man, why would he be a praise singer to anyone? Why would he not be able to face his boss and say, Oga, we're not doing that, this is the truth? And why would a person in authority not have the confidence to listen to those around him and take criticism? Okay. You've got people who are supposed to be the representatives of the values of society. By the time you become a governor, honestly, you should be beyond looking for money. You have been given an opportunity to take care of the lives of millions of people, to educate children, to save lives, to provide health care, to build infrastructure. And all you are thinking of is a car, a house. I mean, are you that cheap? Or some bank account, and you see them, and at the end of the day they leave office. After a few years they die, and the children are fighting over the money. Then they get the money, and then they go on drugs, and everything is wasted. That money would have been better spent educating millions of young people and saving lives. So if we really want to fix this country, we need to have a class. The ruling class needs to have values beyond stomach infrastructure.
Sanusi Lamido, the Emir of Kano, is one of the reserved Fulani elites that I have respect for. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like the Fulanis, but like we said, we don't need to generalize information, because even in the midst of Sodom and Gomorrah, you must have Lot. Yes, you must have someone who is good and ready to be different. However, we know that everybody must have his own backside, his own past that might actually be hurting him. A lot of people have said things in the past that Emir Sanusi has done that is wrong to the society. But he still have this human part of him where he dish out truth without mixing word. Whether what he's saying is what he practices, both his reputation is the same in secret and in public, is what I cannot defend. But judging with what he has been saying since he became Emir, even before they removed him by Ganduje, he has been a man who speaks on behalf of every Nigerian. What Sanusi is saying here is that Nigerians who are educated are behaving like illiterates. And mostly those who are in the position of leadership do not transfer their value into the people they are ruling. But Emir is talking about Nigeria in general, the political class in general. For me, charity begins at home. I bring it back home. I bring it to my level. Because as I'm concerned, I am not interested in Nigerian politicians in general. I am not interested in what happened in the presidency. I will repeat again, I am against Igbo presidency for now. That does not mean that if an Igbo man wants to rule, I will not support him. But Igbo presidency should not be our goal for now. What is my goal as an Igbo man is to make sure that whoever occupies the office of a governor in a state, office of the senator in Igbo states, office of House of Rep, whoever occupies the State House of Assembly, the commissioner, the council, the local government, should be a man that should transfer his value, a worldly value, to the people, not after money. The kings are not left behind, because this message is directed to kings who have been standing against Anyoma state agitation since we started this movement. It's very unfortunate that we have people who call themselves educated, professors per se, well educated, traveled, and have influence that can meet up with different class of kings in Nigeria and beyond. Yet, they are not able to transfer their value to the people they are ruling. They are just after belly or stomach infrastructure, as Sanusi may say. They are just after cars and money, sharing formula, power control. That is what they are looking for. Instead of using their position to build a better society, give their people freedom, give their people infrastructure development, bring governance towards them, they don't do that. I've said it time with a number. The kings that are claiming to be the strongest of the strongest in Nigeria, which investment has they ever used their position to drag and invest in Nigeria, including the Emir of Kano, Emir Sanusi? Exactly. If any of these kings with their power have been able to attract investors, and when they attract investors, they hand the investors over to the government, won't it be nice? Why is the traditional leaders or the kings and the emirs, all they do is to look up to the governors to buy them motor, to give them something, when them also can look at their environment and attract a good investors with their connection and influence? So this is the reason why people like us are speaking up. Because you heard him saying, why should an educated man be a praise singer of people in authority? And why should the people in authority not listen to the advice of people who they are ruling? And this is a problem I've been facing since we started speaking against those who are supposed to be our political leaders, who are supposed to be our traditional leaders, who are not leading us right. Some of my people who claim to be educated will still come to the comment section to tell us, say, you don't have right to talk to the king this way. You don't have right. You want us to be a praise singer? This is the same thing they were doing in the church. When man said, when you say things against the church leader, they will say, this is not the right channel to talk to him publicly. You should have gone to him. I've asked this question. How many of you can allow us to meet people like Oyedepo one-on-one? Or allow us to meet people like Adeboye one-on-one? You want me to queue for days to meet a man like me, but because he's a political leader, he is a religious leader, he's so-called anointed, Jesus told people, allow the children to come closer to me, for like them is the kingdom of God. But your pastors are not approachable. I have to write letter, they have to also indicate, the security have to decide who will see him. And you want me to be waiting for such a long time to talk to him? If what he said is in the social media, I will use social media to reply him. If he see it, fine. If he doesn't see it, those that want to use what I say to work with it. If that is the truth now, a man told you people that he's drinking tea with God. God selected to visit that man and drink tea with him and allow thousands of people of his members to be slaughtered in the same church. In a church where they say the presence of God people are slaughtered, kidnapped. Back to what I'm saying. Why should an educated person be a praise singer of the leaders? Why? The answer is simple. Either he's doing it because of hatred against the people speaking against it or criticizing, or he has been paid, or he's a sycophant, or he's doing that of religious sentiment or tribal bigotry. They don't want you to speak, or they don't want you to criticize what a leader is doing. They don't even want you to offer an advice to a leader, because it is in the point of critics you are indirectly offering an advice to a leader. In Igbo land, some people are still trying to defend the king, who they are not even, but the worst is not even those who are benefiting from the king. If you say they are paying you to defend the king, it's a different issue. The worst are those who are not benefiting. from the king. The king don't even know them, you don't even send them. You are defending, just like some of my Benin guys we are doing in those days, shouting at Willow, our Oba is this. Oba not send you, you don't know you. But you are behind Oba threatening another man for saying things that are truthful with evidence. And you claim to be educated, you have a smartphone, you don't know what to do, how to channel energy. Exactly. And you still want the kings to do the right thing for you. How is it possible when you are the one praising and supporting the king or defending him in his error? How is it possible? How do you want the king to do good for you? So these kings are just about stomach infrastructure, down to our politicians. But like I said, I don't blame the politicians either, because the people are the one defending them. The people are the one fighting on their behalf. The people don't want people who has this strength and courage to criticize, advise, to redirect the governors or the politicians to the right direction. Instead of you to queue up to the man who is giving the government the pressure to do the right thing, you either queue with the government to kill the person and arrest him. And you want the government to still come back and do good for you. Of course, the government will do good for you because they will compensate you if they recognize you. That's people like Reno trying to do everything so that he can have a handshake with Tinubu. That's what we are talking about. So for me, I want us to have a good, see, the year is ending. By next year, it should be campaign. The government is pushing the next election to be on November next year. So you will be shocked. Highest we have next month will be 5 months. The remaining months will be campaign, thinking of 2027 election. But before then, are we going to be people who are going to be praise singers? Are we going to be people who are going to be fighting to make sure that who comes out to represent us, who is going to come out to contest under any political party, should be someone that should represent us well? These are the first way to checkmate leadership. If you participate in politics, you will reap the results. The day we Indibo will understand it, that day you start making sense to you. You might keep claiming that all we want is Biafra, all we want is Biafra. Yes, all you want is Biafra. But as far as it has not yet come, you cannot concentrate your energy on it without doing the opposite. Let me give you an example again. I keep saying it. You want Biafra, but you are getting married. You want Biafra, but you need light where you are living right now. You want Biafra, you need a good road where you are living right now. You want Biafra, you need a security where you are living right now. Or you want to die before the Biafra will come. Or do you want not to marry until Biafra come? Or you don't want to have a good house, a good electricity until Biafra come? As far as you are in Nigeria, referendum is not here. Kanu is already in prison. Before these things happen, the ones that were with us now, we need to make sure there are people who represent us well. That is how to go about it. We need to make sure that the governor is governor who has us in mind. That the senators are senators who has us in mind. That the House of Rep represent us like House of Representatives. That those who are our commissioners and local government chairmen are with us, speaking the same mind, are ready to develop. But let me tell you, as I said in the last video, results, good result cancels insult. If you think that the Igbos have been insulted, if you think that Igbos have been marginalized, if you believe Igbos are disregarded, put down to be a second class in their own country. One thing is sure, if Igbos want to be great, Igbos need to build their nation. Igbo nation need to be built. I can go on and list nations, cities in a nation where they have been looked down. Let me give you an example. Catalonia, city of Barcelona, was one time rejected and looked down upon. Yes, go and read the history of the Catalonians, the city of Barcelona. Even to today, Barcelona and the Catalonians are doing better than any part of Nigeria. Yet they are still fighting for their freedom. Exactly. So it doesn't still matter. Even after you have gotten all this, you can still be fighting for your freedom. Because freedom is sweeter than living with people who doesn't value you. Catalonia was one time rejected in a state of Spain. But Catalonians come together and start building, start investing in their place. Build their place till it get to where it is today. Everybody who has been to Spain will know that that part of Spain, Catalonia, is one place you cannot ignore. It's fun. Both the football club, both the sports club, the basketball club, both everything in Catalonia is world class. Yet, even as the standard they are, steady light, good security, good investment, good infrastructure, they are still looking for their own freedom till today. There are so many other countries like that, so many other city states in other countries like that. You can read it up, but you see that we are the one who are doing ourselves the service by not involving in governance. If you really want government to build infrastructure, we need to be involved in government, not pressing in and not removing ourselves from equation. We can't constantly remove ourselves from politics and be claiming that politics is a bad thing. I've repeatedly said this, that every house has a knife. Knife is supposed to be a weapon, but for you to have a complete kitchen utensil, you need a knife. It only becomes evil when you use the knife as a self-defense to keep person, become an exhibit, as an evidence that you use it as a weapon. So it is politics. Politics is not a dirty game. It is only dirty because we are using it for evil. But if we, the people, decide to vote well, decide to campaign, decide to be involved in politics, come out in mass and choose who will rule us. Forget the presidency. This is why I concentrate on governorship, on local government, on Senate, on House of Reps, because these are our people. This is not Yoruba man, this is not Fulani, this is not Hausa, this is not about Muslim, this is not about Christian, this is about your own brother. If we are in the same state, like if we have an Yomana, whoever that will rule us, whether it's Okwanyo, whether it's a cow, whether it's Oshimilio, is gonna be my own person. And we all expected to come out and vote the right person. So that if the Okwane man is better, I'm supposed to come out and vote. And not be a praise singer to my own brother because he's from Anyocha. Because one, the Okwane man is still my brother. And we should be able to stand and vote the person that is right, so that he will bring governance to us. He will bring infrastructure. He will build a Libo for us. He will build a Nyoma for us. But if you remove ourselves from the equation, it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem. If things are not properly defined, abuse is inevitable. I have repeatedly said this time after time. Listen again. Democracy is called government of the people, by the people, for the people. Now, the people don't want to be involved in government because they say politics is dirty. Yet, the people want to reap the benefit of good democracy. You do not vote the government. You do not vote people in power. You are either praying on the door of election. You stay at home and be drinking beer and play football, say they rig election. And yet, you want the people who you put in power to now satisfy your ego, to now build infrastructure. How is it possible? Once you remove yourself from the equation, the remaining people will hijack it and use it for their own purpose. This is why we have the people in government not having values for the people they are ruling. Because the people do not even come out to vote them. The people does not come out to support them. The people does not involve themselves in politics. So those that are there hijack it and do whatever they want to do with it. They're not looking for cars. Imagine a man who buy 100 million worth of bag of rice to share you people during campaign, and he enter power, he say he will not recruit the money. That is it. It's sowing and reaping. So these are the things we need to know. I'm saying this so that you begin to know. I'm offering solution and advice at the same time. In my videos now, I'm offering solution and advice. These are things we need to do to build our Igbo, to uplift ourselves. By the time we build in the concentrate and build the Igbo nation, other people will look for us. It is not a rocket scientist. It is the reverse psychology. Success attracts many friends. Success eliminates enemies. I'm out of here, Joe.